guys, it's Brianna with Crafting with Bree, and I wanted to make a tutorial today for Easter basket boxes, and I'm so tongue-tied today, sorry guys. This is like the 4th time I've tried to film this video, so we'll see how straight I can talk today and get through this without just totally just sounding crazy. So I got a message from Darla G here on YouTube. Hi Darla, how are you? And she wanted to know if I had a tutorial for my Valentine Day boxes. And I did not have a tutorial up, so I said I would make a tutorial, film it, and you know, get it up. So here I am trying to get it up. So let's see if we can. I'm going to do a tutorial on 2 different size boxes today. This is a 4x4x2 and a 4x4x4 box. These 2 boxes I made with my Martha Stewart scoreboard. You can make them if you don't have your a scoreboard. You're just going to have to just make some slight modifications, which I'll show you all here in a bit. Now, let me just explain some of the top embellishments I did, which is not an embellishment, just like a little cutout that I did on the Cricut. I did on the 4x4x4, I just did a little Easter basket that I cut out of the Doodle Charms Cricut cartridge on page 89. And here it is. And then I did also the blackout feature. And then I cut out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 10 eggs on the shift feature. And then I ran that through my Cuttlebug with the brick Sizzix Tim Holtz die. So it has that little bit of a basket feel. And then on this one, I used my Cricut cartridge. What is this one? I think this is Stretch Your Imagination. Let me see. Yeah, Stretch Your Imagination on page 68. And I did the card feature, which is this one on the bottom. Now, I stretched it on the Cricut Craft Room so it'll be 4 inches on the face, on just the front of the card, and I cut that out, and then I shaped the card frame to 4x4 so it would fit just right on top of that, and so I was able to get that layered effect. It's just a cute little bunny, and I just drew that cute little eyes and nose on her. Okay, so let's get started on this tutorial, and I'm going to do the first one is going to be this 4x4x2 box. Let's get started. So I'm going to cut it with my Martha Stewart, or score it with my Martha Stewart scoreboard. And for that box, you're going to need 2 8x8 cardstocks. For the base, I'm using white, and for my lid, I'm going to be using this peach color. Now, on the Martha Stewart scoreboard, underneath this lip where it keeps your scoring tool, there is also these little pieces of adhesive strips. And they're in all different languages. You got French, you have Spanish, and then it comes with English. Now these have, let's see if it'll, no. Well, this isn't a different language anyway, but it gives you like all these cards dimensions, and then it gives you box dimensions and where to score. I have my English one over here that's adhesive to the side of the roof, or the lid. Now on the 4x4x2 box, here it says to score my base, which I need to start up with an 8x8 paper. It says I need to score at 2 and 6 for my base. So I go to 2 inches and I score. And then I go to 6 inches and I score. I turn it once. Then I score at 2 and 6. So I have 4 scored lines there. Okay, I'm just going to put this to the side now. Now for the lid is a little bit different here. On the lid, it's the same size, 8 by 8, but so it fits nicely. There is a, let's see if I can move in here. Can you see this? There is a little bitty arrow here, and it moves in from the 0 to this little arrow there, 1/16 of an inch. Now, instead of having my paper flush against the side and the top, you're going to have to move it over to that line where it's 1/16 of an inch over and score it at 2 and 6 1/8. Okay, so we have it at the 2 and 6 1/8 with it moved over to meet this little mark right here. Do you see that? Maybe. Okay, so then we turn it once. Let me move out now. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, so then we're gonna score again at. I did move it over, so I'm about to move it over. Sorry. Make sure you do line up, so because that does make a difference. So 2, and then 6 1/8. Okay, so you can see I kind of made a mistake right there, but I just reline that. So do make sure on your lid you do move that over that 1/16 of an inch. So your base is scored at 2 and 6. Turn 2 and 6. On your lid, you have to move it over 1/16 of an inch, then score at 2 and 6 1/8. Turn it 2 and 6 1/8. Okay. So now let's put this baby aside. So we're just gonna take our cardstock here, and we're just going to reinforce our score lines and just go over them all. Okay, now I'm right-handed, and you can see that we have kind of this going on here. I'm right-handed, so I always start on my right-hand side, and I cut all the way on the score line to the other score line till it just meets. So you can see it does that, and it just folds nicely there, and it's just up to that score line. There we are. Okay, then here we turn it once, and on the right hand side we cut that to the line. Turn once, and we're going to make 4 cuts here, so just line that up and cut. Turn it once and cut. Hi Flora, my dog decided to come visit me. Okay, so then we have these 4 cuts, and it can fold up like that. So we fold them up, and now for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use my ATG gun. You might want to use a stronger adhesive if you're going to be using heavier candy, or you're going to be putting something of substantial weight in the box. You don't want it to fall apart. So maybe Scotch quick dry adhesive, but I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to do all sides, and I am going to tell you, if you decide to use like an ATG that doesn't have that great of a grip, you're going to, you'll see what I mean in a second here, but make sure when you're trying to line up your box that you really line it up before you close it, okay? Because trying to undo something like that, you're gonna rip your paper. Now we're gonna take this side, this back side, and fold it up till it's has like a 90-degree angle right here on the inside, right? We're going to match this bottom piece right here and line it up with the score line. Okay, just pick it up and line it. And you're going to fold up the side and match up this edge to your box back edge, okay? Just make sure it lines up. And this is what I'm talking about. If you're using tape, something that doesn't give you any room to wiggle, and I'm just going to push that tape down. make sure you do know what you're pushing. So now we have this box corner. So, all right, we're gonna take this one, meet it to the score line. You see we're gonna meet it there to the score line. Sorry for the shadows. And then we're gonna lift up the side to meet the edge. And then we're just gonna push it down, okay? And we're gonna do that on all 4 sides. Yeah, but when you're using tape that doesn't give you much leeway, you're gonna wanna make sure that it's really lined up good, because on one of my other boxes, see, like on this one, I didn't line it up very well. And if I pull it off, it's gonna rip. So we're gonna have to deal with it. I guess I can cut off that little edge. Cut that off just a little bit so it doesn't look quite so crazy and out of line. Okay, easy fix. Ta-da! Okay, now let's do the lid. Now this one again was scored at the 2 and then 6 1/8 on one side, then we turned it once. So here we're just going to reinforce the score lines on all 4 sides. And this is really easy here. Okay, so then we have this, right? We're going to cut one side on each side. So 1 turn, 1 turn, 1 turn, and 1 turn. And there we have all 4 sides cut. We're just going to come over here and we're going to let me lift it up. So we have this going on, okay? So then we're just going to put tape on all 4 sides so it sticks good. And once you get the hang of the folding, these, I mean, are just so quick. And I use them for all sorts of things. I make, you know, you can fit all sorts of stuff in these, and they're just so easy. You can, candies, mugs for Christmas, and you just lift it up. All sorts of fun stuff. And then you just meet on the fold score line, and then there we have our lid. Da-da-da! And then there we are. And on my Valentine's one, I did on the lid, I used a border punch. Now I border punched it, or the continuous border. I did that before I folded. Okay, so you would have like the 8x8 paper, and you would score your lines, right? So you have your 4 score lines on both, lid on top. So on the top now, it's already scored. Then you do your punches on the sides. If you do your punches first, your box lid will not end up correctly. So do remember that little tip. So this is the smaller 4x4x2 box. Okay, ends up really cute. And ta-da! Candy that's not gonna make it till tomorrow because I'm gonna eat it all. And then you just put grass in there, and it's just really cute. Now let's do this larger box, okay, the 4x4x4. And on that one, we're gonna use this scoreboard. And on that one, we use 12x12 cardstock, okay? Now for my base, I'm just gonna use white, and for the lid, I'm gonna use the polka dotted paper again. Now, for our base on a 4x4x4 box, we're gonna be scoring at 4 and 8 on our base. So all the way flush, score at 4, woof, hello, 4 and 8, and turn it once. And then we have 4 and 8. So we have that and that, okay? So let's just put that to the side. Now for our lid. Now remember, you have to move it over, because if you don't, it's not gonna match up. So you move it over that 1/16 of an inch, or what I'm guessing is a 1/16 of an inch, because that's what it looks like to me. We score on the 4, and the 8 1/8. So we go at 4, 8 1/8, and we turn it. And now I will be putting these measurements on the bottom of the screen, so, and I'll leave them up for about 10 seconds or however long, I think, so y'all can write them down. All this information will be on my blog as well. http://craftingwithbree.blogspot.com, and this is 8 1/8 here. And the link will be in the description box below. So you can, if you miss anything, or if I'm going too slow, going too fast, you don't want to hear me anymore, just go over there and the instructions will be all over there too. Now we have the 8 1/8, 8 1/8, and then the 4 4. Okay? So we get rid of that scoreboard. Now for these two. Now for our base, let's stick that to the side, I'm sorry. We're just going to reinforce these score marks, just like on the other box. Now this one I did kind of score too hard. I don't know my own strength apparently. So we're just going to, that's not going to be a problem. We're just going to use that to our advantage. Less cutting on my side than at the end. We're going to just reinforce all those score lines. So there we are. We have the 9 right there. And then for our lid, no, let's just stay, I'm sorry. Let's just stay with the base right now. All right, here we are. So here I kind of tore the paper. I didn't know my strength. I'm just gonna go on the right-hand side again and cut all the way to the score line. So there you go. So it folds over. I'm gonna see, there we are. Folds really nicely. And then I'm gonna turn it once and cut all the way to the score line. And cut, or turn and cut. I know what I'm trying to say sometimes. I'm telling you guys, this is why I've had to record it so much, because I haven't made any sense. And then turn and cut. All right. So there we have one up, side, side. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? There we are. So there we are. It makes that little thing again. And we're just going to tape all the edges again. I'm telling you, this gets really easy. It's so repetitious. You're gonna be like, how come I haven't been making boxes sooner? I mean, why have I been buying boxes? I have all this paper I could have been saving. I mean, I even make my own gift bags because, I mean, I have the paper, I have everything necessary to make it, and I'll be doing a tutorial on that because I love those bags. You can just do, oh, so much. But okay, so here we have all 4 of them done now. So then once again, we lift it up. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, we lift up the back, right? And we match up the score lines. And we lift it up. And then make sure the tape is down. And then fold that to the score line and make sure it matches. And just make sure the lines match up. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about, the tape like sticky. You really have to make sure you're straight. Okay, so lift that up. And I'm sorry, I'm all backwards. Okay, match it to the score line and then lift up. And match your corners. And then this one, we're gonna push it all the way to the side. And I just fold it to the side and I push down all of my, so I'm just going like that and making sure all of my sides are taped down. So there we have our bottom of our box. Ta-da! Okay, so now to our lid. Here we are. And we're going to be cutting, remember, on the right hand side. All the way, well, I guess if I would have reinforced my score lines, that'd be good, right? So reverse and reinforce these score lines. And one more side. Okay, so there we have our, we're going to turn it once and cut all the way to the line. And turn and cut all the way to the line. Can't hear my radio anymore. Okay, and turn and cut all the way to the line. Okay, so then we have this. Okay, now we're going to be taping, once again, all 4 sides of that little box. Okay. I hope y'all have had a really good week. I've had a really great one. Went to my grandmama's yesterday. We had ladies' day there. And my sister-in-law was there, and my 2 nieces. We always have such a fun time then. I mean, chitter chatter and lunch and, you know, playing with the girls. I mean, it's just always a ball. So now here we have this. So once again, we lift it up the back, match it to, let me see if I can scoot in just a little bit. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pushing buttons. Sorry. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we're going to lift up. Sorry, I can't zoom in. Something, I pushed a button on my, I pushed a button. I don't know what I did. Okay, I'm still learning this camera, so match it up to the score lines and lift up. And match it up to the score lines. And make sure on your last one that you are, when you're lifting it up, this isn't on the outside. You see, we don't want this tape where the tape is on this side. We don't want that on the outside of the box when we lift this piece up. We want to make sure we're putting it on the inside and just placing it away from the edge paper. And then line that up so we can line this edge up and line it up. So there, now we have the top of our box. And there we are. Our 4x4x4 box. And then these are our final boxes. So, I mean, they're really easy, guys. I mean, try them. I mean, you won't be disappointed. These boxes, you can decorate them. I barely did anything decorations-wise, and if you just use really pretty paper, I mean, you can embellish them to your heart's content, or you can just go really, really basic. I mean, an Easter basket just with some polka dotted paper. I mean, it's not, you know, extreme, but just really cute. And so this is the 4x4x2, and this is the 4x4x4. And this one you can fit a coffee cup in. I mean, it's that large. And I mean, I put, I mean, it's sinking in there. So, I mean, you have room to put so much candy and grass. I mean, gosh, this looks so good. It smells so good too. Okay. I mean, you have room. And this one, I mean, if you just wanted to do a few chocolates, you know, or a little something, you know, you can do that. But, Darla, I hope this tutorial helped you. If you have any questions, guys, just leave a comment down below, and I'll get to you. I'll answer you. If you have any questions about anything I've done, or if I wasn't clear, if I didn't make any sense at all, and you're just like, Brianna, you didn't make any sense, please help me. Then, I mean, just comment down below. I don't mind. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Y'all be safe out there. And thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And thanks so much. Bye-bye.